116th Hotline.
It's Sadie.
It's Valerie.
And this is Sutana. And welcome back to 116th Hotline. If this is your first time here, hello. And if this is not your first time here, welcome back.
So happy to have you.
Hey, guys.
Hey, we missed ya.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even say what we are. We are a
trio
of
sisters.
And we like to talk about anything and everything. That's our vibe. That's who we are.
Yes.
So welcome back.
Welcome. I just want to throw it out there that it is March now. It is beautiful.
Oh my
Spring is coming. However, the allergies are up there, baby. I
and the stomach bug.
Yeah, everything is going around.
You know, I never had allergies till I was an adult, like an adult, like a couple years ago.
With the
That dog allergies, yeah. Like, not
Really?
even dog allergies.
Just allergies
I
in
feel like
general?
the dog allergies and then triggered, like, everything
other-
else allergies.
That's
That's very possible, yeah.
I know.
And they say that Oklahoma is like literally the number
The
one,
worst.
the worst.
Because we're right in the
The
middle,
worst.
so we get everything from north, south, east, west, northwest,
Yes.
southeast.
Think of it that way.
And like
Yeah.
they say, like the specific trees we have, it's like they make it to where you get allergies.
Yep. That's what.
And you know-
what's the name of it? The really pretty ones. The one that looks like it's all white, almost like cherry blossom, but they're
Oh,
white.
that's the one that
like,
they have.
it's
I
like
have that in my
this.
backyard.
I know
Yeah.
you do. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous, but they smell like fish.
Yeah, no wonder.
Yep.
That's why, like, I thought my apartment.
Even at your apartments?
Yeah, that's why I was
it's
like, ooh,
everywhere.
this stank out here.
because we were driving to Valerie's apartment and Oliver's like, "Mommy, cherry blossoms are just like China." I was like, "Wrong country, but okay."
Got it. He's
Blossom.
cultured.
Yeah. Anywho's.
Today I kind of want to start our episode off with a request.
Okay,
Ooh.
first of all, love your hair today.
Oh my god. Okay, double braid.
Trying to make it. You know where I got this from? One of my students. I was like, I'm gonna copy her hair because she's got the cutest hair. And I'm like, oh, I was like,
Her mom and daddy.
Bro, I
Oh my
envy
God.
you because you have like thick enough hair to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
and you don't even like you.
used to be.
Do you even do hair care? Like, I feel like your hair
oils.
grows.
No,
your
I don't-
hair grows healthy so fast, so
Yeah.
quick,
I
and
just-
you don't like.
No, I don't dye it a whole lot. I want to, but I mean, I don't not like a whole like the whole entire hair.
Yeah.
If I've ever dyed it before, it's
streaks.
balayage.
Oh,
Just
balayage.
I
Okay.
mean, like,
Yeah.
it
Not like the
grows
whole thing.
back so
It does
quick,
grow really
so
quick.
fast.
My nails and my hair, they grow quick as
Yeah,
heck.
couldn't be me.
It's a blessing and a curse, honestly. Okay, so this is from one of our listeners requesting. It says, okay, it's I don't know if it's controversial, but whatever. Okay.
Okay, let's
It's-
just say controversial, just in case it's controversial.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Okay.
What is a good average body count for a 30-year-old woman who has never been married and in her dating era with a decent career? And what is the good body count for an entry-level balai, which is AKA, I guess, how would you describe that?
I would say,
I think
girl,
what she meant is maybe into
I say entry level pala is like you've never put yourself out there before, and you're like starting to go out more, and you're starting
Dating,
to date, like
okay.
entering the dating
Dating,
scene.
right,
Okay,
dating
so then
scene.
how would you translate balai into English?
Well,
I would just say single girl,
yeah.
city girl,
City girl.
city girl.
The actual
balai, city girl.
there you go. But then the actual word, but like literally it means
Bad girl.
like bad girl, pretty much bad girl.
the direct translation.
Direct translation.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get this controversial.
Oh my gosh! But yes, I mean, hey, there you go. We gave you a warning.
Refer to our 鸟熊熊切 video.
Stop! Hey, run it up again. Run this one up.
Hey, for some
Oh,
reason,
like-
there have been comments on our that.
dude, it's going up.
It's still going.
It's still going, baby.
I'm like, this is March in 2024. Okay, but yeah, hey, run this one up too. What do you think about ball eyes?
Hey, I'm gonna clip this as like a short reel.
Yes, do it for real. So yes,
Can you recap the questions?
yeah, let me recap it real quick. She kind of like broke it up into 3 different things.
Okay, let's do the first
Let's
question.
do the first
then.
one first. Okay. What is a good average body count for a 30-year-old woman who has never been married and in her dating era with a decent career?
Okay, Sutana.
Okay.
Do you want to go
Let's start with
first?
you.
Let's start with Sadie.
Oh,
in her
well, I was
honor.
like, just she
I
asked
get
the
the question,
question.
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Sometimes
Okay.
think.
So for me, the average body count, I would say, I don't know, because it depends on like when they started getting sexually active.
Okay.
So I'm
Think
just
for a
gonna say
30-year-old, I guess.
for me a number. If I had to put a number out there, I would say an average would probably be like 7.
Okay.
For a 30-year-old?
Yeah, I would say 7.
Okay. All right, Val.
Okay, I just want to elaborate on the question. First of all, with a decent career, it don't matter if you got a career or not, babes. Okay, if you want to be a city girl, be a city girl. Okay, second of all, I just want to say every body is different. And I think every generation is different.
Yes.
Because the younger generations now, they got double digits, triple digits, and they be running them numbers
Hey,
up.
no judgment.
No, I mean, no judgment. Yeah, good. Everyone to each their own. But I'm saying, like, the younger generations,
I feel like they're exploring more. They're more comfortable with exploring more.
Yeah, I would say if you're new, or that's not the question. I would say
we're gonna get the
okay. I would say a good number for 30-year-old woman. So someone around our age would probably be around like 7 to 10. I would say.
Okay.
Like I would say small teens.
A little wiggle room.
Yeah. Just small teens, 7 to 10. But then again.
We'll get there.
But then again, no, our age too. There's some women that they're still very reserved, like 30-year-old
That's
plus.
why I said if I had to put a number.
So they might be like 2 or 3, and no shame to that. I wish my number was 2 or 3, but
you heard it here first.
Ladies
and gents.
So.
Sadie?
So I know without just giving a number and straight answer without using any
30-year-old
extra
woman.
30-year-old woman
Number.
Body count. I don't know, maybe
Ready,
like
set, go.
6. I would say 6.
I like that number.
Honestly, that's a little scary for me personally, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, realistically, 6, between 6 and 8, I would say 6 and 8 maybe. But if you want to ask about my personal opinion, then I think that's a little high. Just my opinion, personal opinion. Okay.
Damn.
What? I'm just saying.
So what about if you're not 30 yet and your body count is higher?
That's her opinion.
That's my
To
opinion.
each their own.
And like Val said, like I mean, if whatever your number body count might be, like I mean, I'm not here to judge.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know, by all means, I'm not here to judge, but I'm just
Don't
saying,
cancel
like,
us, please.
Yes, please don't.
No, we're just like
And some people are just more like Val and I said. Some people are just more comfortable exploring earlier on. You know, they're more, and that's okay. In my opinion, don't cancel me. This is what I think. Let me say this for let me refer to myself. Okay.
a period.
I would feel like it's irresponsible if I were to be exploring that much and by like to have like to get like into double digits before I'm 30.
But that's your personal opinion.
That's my personal opinion. For myself, I feel like that would be irresponsible of me because I don't know. Growing up, I always talked to my parents. They've always told me about like, you know, be careful with like just, you know, a lot of things.
And your body's your temple.
Yeah, like your body's your temple, protect it. And guys, I don't know. I think I hear way too many stories of like diseases, transmitted disease, and I'm way too
HPV,
I'm way too scared.
chlamydia.
So I'm too scared. I'm too scared of all that, you know, whatchamacallit. So that's just me personally. What do you guys think personally? And you don't have to obviously be, you know, give your own personal like, you know, experiences. But
but I think for me it's just a number. I mean, I don't think I need to go into like explanation, but I'm just like 7 sounds good.
Yeah.
For those identifiers.
Yeah. Same. All right. Next question.
Okay. Next question.
That's right. I love the fact that you mentioned about the decent career too, because like career or not,
it don't matter. You could be the bottom of the bottom, baby.
Yep,
if you got holes, something will find.
Hey, being a certified hoe is a career. Thank you. Hey,
get your bag. Hey, get your bag.
Do what you gotta do, baby.
Okay. And then the next one is what is the? Oh wait, no. Oh, okay. So body count for entry level, which
entry level, I would say.
So basically, entry level city girl, like.
So like what like you're saying
you're just starting to go out on the town.
Into your
I think entry level city girl, what is the mindset that you have going into here? Do you have the mindset of I want a high body count, or do you have a mindset of I'm trying to explore new things with as many people as I can? You know, like
I think it's more of maybe like this is my first time exploring because it's entry level city girl, so it's like I'm freshly going into the world.
To the world.
Me?
So you might
I'm scared to do that.
To do what?
To face like that. Look at her. Can you zoom in on your face?
I'm like, you scared to do what?
I'm scared to like, you know.
She is fucking lying.
I'm not lying.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand. Like, I'm just an overthinker. So entry level, but like as in like you said, entry level into the dating world.
Dating world.
Like, okay,
new to the dating world.
Susanna, what did you say that if you want to be like? Wait, hang on. I keep thinking. I'm so confused right now.
I say like entry level city girl, like as if like it's your first time going out into the world, like you just starting to dabble your feet into exploring exploring men, stuff like that. She said, "What's the body count for that?"
Body count for entry?
I would say if you're just about to start, I don't know. I would say if you're just starting to explore, probably 2 or 3.
I was gonna say like 3 or 4.
I wouldn't do too much.
I was gonna say like 3 or 4. Like the least is maybe
Minimum.
yeah, minimum of
for me
3.
is like 2 to 3.
I would say 3. I would say 3. 4 is pushing it for entry.
Entry. Okay, we're thinking entry. Yes.
So you're starting.
Yes.
Because if you dive head on, go 8, 2 tonight, 3 next week, boom, boom, boom. You know, then honey, you gotta go
Couldn't
to
be
the
me.
go to your gynecologist because
I mean, by all means, do what you gotta do, but make sure you get checked.
Yes.
and safe.
Safe sex.
Safe.
Make
babe.
sure you wear a
Condom.
no. What do they call it? Wrap it.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Or
Wrap
make
it-
sure that you have some form of birth
Or
control
plan
because
B.
this is when, or that.
Do you think you
Because-
can get in Oklahoma? You cannot get that anymore.
Yep.
That's
Hey,
true.
We're just answering our questionnaire.
Yes,
so.
anyway.
period.
Yes. I would say 3 for entry level.
Entry level.
3 is a good.
Val, how about you?
Yeah,
I said 2 to 3. Sadie said 3 to 4.
between 3 and 4.
Entry level.
Entry,
babes.
think entry.
That like
Entry.
you're gonna have sex with. That like how many bodies you want to have sex with.
Starting. I
I want to
would say like starting off. Like you're just starting to dabble.
dabble in. Yeah.
So if you're gonna start to dabble, what is your body count right now?
oh wait,
Is that the question, or is the question how many bodies are you planning
Okay,
to
no.
get?
what is a good body count for an entry level? So, like for example,
Maybe
if you're
just
still
a
consider,
starting.
if you're still consider like starting here now, what
That's
would
it.
your body count would have been?
That's the thing though, because everybody's body count is.
I know.
different.
Okay, but just put a number on it.
Okay, I would say 3.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
about the same, like 3,
Three's about
4.
there.
4 is like
Yeah.
max for me. I would say entry level. Wise.
I would say
Even that's a little
definitely
pushy.
ask for a picture before you do it, because you don't
Maybe
want to
some
be.
people don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
I'm
just
saying
just
ask
really
for a
wanna
picture of what you're
explore.
working with, because you don't want to be left with.
Because I know some people that they kind of go like they're like I guess entry
they're sexually
active.
They like to
Active and
explore in that
expressive.
realm.
Yeah, and a lot of them like I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking about scenarios of people I know that they they go out and they maybe get a little intoxicated and they just
Yeah.
want to like have a little fun with random
Yeah.
people, whatever.
Which-
if that
which,
may be the
hey,
case.
Yeah, no judgment.
And if that's how you want to explore, then that's
Do it by all means.
By all means, that's literally. No,
Yeah, no, for real, no shade.
So
Okay.
As a certified 3 times platinum pro, I definitely do not discriminate. I think I'm at double digits.
As a girl who has been. What I'm trying to say is ask for a picture of what you're working with before, because you don't want to be ended up with disappointment.
Oh, you mean like a picture?
Yes, a picture of their schlong. You know,
Oh, I feel like that's another topic. Is
that is another
private
definitely
pictures.
another
do you
little
count that or do you
category.
not count that? You know,
Talia, no, I'm just kidding.
I definitely
At
don't.
him. At him. No,
At
just
him right
kidding.
now. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna snippet this.
all jokes. Yeah,
Is it though? That was the biggest joke.
that was. But yeah,
Anyways.
so there's that. There's our
That is
answer for
another topic.
that. Okay, we have some more things to talk about and to dabble about.
Okay,
kinda-
what's her third?
It says, because something. I think that was it. Because on the bottom she says, because you know how guys here are very judgmental about body counts. For
Oh, let's talk about that too.
Okay.
Oh, let's
body
talk about
count.
guys'
Guys'
perspective.
What's that little stupid little meme or quote that goes, if the key can open many locks, then it's good. But then if a lock has is accessible to a lot of keys, then that lock is no good. Type. Have you guys heard of that?
No. Yeah,
So that's like an analogy. You heard of it,
Analogy
right?
of the girls.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Analogy, like as if like they don't want the girl to have so much.
No, like if a bunch of keys can open up one lock, then
the
that
lock
lock
is no good.
is not
Like,
good.
there's no use.
if a lot of men are
Pretty
able
much.
to
Go
There
ahead.
you go.
Yeah,
There you
can-
go. That's what I'm saying. It's so
Okay.
It's like,
stupid.
all right.
All right, what's your take on that? Guys'
Okay, go.
perspective on body count numbers.
My
Go.
take is the guys who are so picky about that, like they literally are hypocrites. The biggest
Yeah.
hypocrites. And I will always stand by that to the end of time because it's like guys can do it all day long. Just like that one song, guys can do it, Summer Walker. Like
Uh-huh.
guys can do it all day long, but when it comes to the girls, how come girls get judged for it? It's the same thing. You have the same sex
It's
drive.
the same
You have the same
thing.
exploration you want to do, but why is it that women get judged for it so hard?
Period.
But guys are like, hey, good job, bro. Good job, bro.
Yeah.
Dab me up, bro.
Damn you up, yeah, like
Like
Did you
got
get
her
that
in-
last
I know
night?
you got her in her.
Oh,
Come on.
in her. Oh, okay. So why
You just
can't
did a train, like, oh my god, bro, like,
So,
Bro,
it's so
shut
fucking
up.
hypocritical.
Disgusting.
Like it's hypocritical.
And
Very
it's-
hypocritical.
Yeah, that's my take on it. So,
Boys are cheats and
Liars.
liars.
No.
They're such a big disgrace. They will tell you anything to get to second baseball. Baseball, he think he's gonna score. If you let him all the way, then you are a whore. Chakotay study flowers.
don't know.
That's all I know. I didn't even say it right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what
My
I
take on a guy's perspective on body counts is I'm gonna be devil's avocado here.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be devil's avocado because I'd seen like a podcast about it's a guy's podcast, and they ask girls too, like, what's your take on body count, blah blah blah. But then the girls would be offended whenever they tell them their body count, you know?
Maybe because they don't want to. Maybe because they don't want to. They already know that there is a societal. What's it called? Society already has their perception of women that
With a
has
higher body count.
Which is true.
You said that the girls would get offended, or the boys
because then the.
Because of what?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Because then the guys would be like, if body count doesn't mean anything to you, and if body count doesn't mean anything to you, then why don't you just tell us your body count number? Like, if it's just a number to you, then why don't you say anything to the girls? Yeah. And then the girl, like, this is like a shitty podcast that like, it's always like a bunch of guys like harassing girls. But anyways, and so that got me thinking, like, cause me, I don't care. I say my number night and morning, day and night. But then I guess I wasn't thinking about it in Sutana's perspective, where society already has it where if a girl has a high number, then they're like,
because I feel like
they're frowned upon.
Yes, exactly. Because I feel like as women, I don't know how you guys feel, but there's already a preconceived notion that okay, women, if you have a higher body count, that's like a negative towards you.
Yeah,
or that's
like you a hoe.
Like you.
I think it's just
like
like it's always been like it's viewed as a norm in society. Yeah, like you said. But so it's like maybe that's why some girls are more
reserved about their number.
And conscious about revealing that, which is so dumb to me. And like you said, it's no different from a guy,
dude.
Yeah.
No different from a guy.
Because it's literally the same thing. Like, you guys both went and go F this many people and then came back, and then you have like X amount of numbers, which is like the same thing.
At the end of the day, it's like we're all literally alive beings that have that
want to explore,
natural
that drive and that
sexual.
Well, I mean, it's a part of nature. It's part of human nature.
Exactly.
Human nature. What was I going to say? Okay, so to add on to that, since we're talking about body count, to your listener, our listener.
Yes, thank you.
When do you think would be a good time to discuss body counts with your new partner?
Oh, that is a good question.
I was trying to think about this, and I did that with Brian whenever, and I don't remember. It wasn't at the very, very beginning, obviously, because we weren't really like, obviously, I guess, what is it, like, open about that yet? But then it wasn't. I mean, it was kind of in the beginning, like entry level, but it was kind of like in the beginning, when not in the very, very beginning. But it wasn't. We didn't wait too deep into our relationship and then started talking about it. I want to say. Like, well, okay, like, when do you think? Let's go ahead and start.
I think at or around the time that you guys feel like you're about to get intimate.
With,
around that time. Because I feel like that's a good time to bring it up.
That is.
Bring it up, yeah.
For me, I would say whenever it comes up naturally in conversation. Like, when you're starting to get to know them and you're just kind of like spitballing facts about
What's
each
your
other.
favorite color? Oh, yeah, also how many bodies?
By the way, what's your body count?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think it's something that realistically, like, I don't think me and Danny has ever talked about it. Even when we were getting to know each other, I would say it's not till like maybe, like closer to when we were going to get married.
Like just whenever it came up.
Yeah, like it wasn't something like,
yeah.
Hey, what's your body count? Like it just,
right.
Yeah, naturally, whenever it came up.
That's I guess that's what I was trying to say, because whenever Brian and I started dating, it wasn't even like really on the back of our minds, to think about that. Like just to like, hey, what's your what's your record type shit? That type of situation. It's like, because I feel like it's so...
You're breaking the record.
I just feel like it's such a weird thing. I mean, like I said, to each their own, but if you are truly interested in someone and you're, hanging out and you're like, you're building something with this person, why would that be kind of like one of the first things in the back of your head? Like, hey,
their number.
By the way,
I think for me, though, I would like to know the beginning, because I'm like, I don't know who you've been intimate with, how many people you've been intimate with before me.
Okay.
And then if I'm going to allow you to enter my temple, like, I want to know, like, because what if you're out here?
So, but are you saying that you want to know that before you get to know them?
Or are you saying like before you do anything?
I mean, like
intimate?
before we be intimate at all, because I'm like,
in general.
like, what if you were,
that's fair,
schlonging everybody left and right, and then you're bringing back, a clip of this, clip of that, and clip of that back to me.
That's why you gotta do it safely, honey, because there's a lot of people out here that don't not care, and I'm like,
wrap it up. And if you didn't know,
die if you get chlamydia.
No, for real.
Mean Girls.
And if you didn't know, you can actually go to, if you live in the Tulsa area, or I think any area, if you go to your local health department, they will normally have free
testing.
Oh,
free
really?
some type of testing.
Oh, okay.
Free, and
they offer some kind of
protection.
Oh, okay,
protection.
okay. Yes,
so if
yes,
you
yes.
like cannot afford to wrap it up, they will literally provide you with some.
Oh yeah. That's
Yep.
right. In the
Yep.
Tulsa area. Yeah.
Yes,
that's right.
ma'am.
Especially for those that are like younger and they want to start exploring, you know,
Experimenting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just do it safely.
Do it
kids.
safely.
Kids, do it safely.
And please go get tested. Like, I'm serious.
Yes.
You would be
Yearly
so
Go get
surprised.
tested.
Always yearly checks.
Yes.
for sure.
Females especially.
Females, yes.
Like, even guys, like, it's so important to get tested on the regular, yearly, because you never know.
You just never
Even
know.
if it's a one night stand, you never know what nasty.
A lot of those come from the one night stands.
No, I'm
honestly.
telling you.
Unfortunately, like you just don't really think about it.
You want to
know?
protect yourself and make sure that you don't get any type of sexually transmitted diseases.
Because that would be very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. There are diseases that are treatable and some that
Yes.
are not treatable.
So you have to be
So
very careful.
That is the main reason why I've always been too scared to explore too
To that
much.
extent,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like that's always been my number one fear. I don't know,
But then I guess there are two types of people. People who are like, they know what's out there and they're scared like you. So it's like they have their guard up, or people that just don't care. And just
People are just like, they just want to do
you
that.
think they just don't care, or do you think that they really just don't care?
Okay,
though?
coming from personal experience,
Okay.
like obviously I'm aware and I know that. But when I
Yeah.
was back in my
Whole
city
phase.
girl era,
Entry level, everything,
my
yeah.
double platinum certified era, I was really just like, that was the last thing on my mind.
Okay,
that was the last thing
I
on
was
my
gonna say, was it on the back of your mind at all?
Girl,
or-
because the sexual drive was like boop 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 up through the
Okay.
roof, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even care. Like, let's get it in.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
No,
I just
hey, thanks for being honest.
I mean,
because
yeah,
know-
to each their own, and that was you.
and I know people,
honesty.
and I know people like that too. You know,
I was like, you know, was that Ariana song? Thank you. Next.
yes, and her new song. Lord, Ari. Okay, Valerie, how do you feel about that? Like, do
Yeah.
you? Like whenever you were in your exploring phase,
yeah.
Was that even in the back of your mind, or like do you like have at least are you a little cautious about that before
I would
going
say
in?
that I'm cautious about it.
You were
Yeah.
You're
'cause-
cautious about.
yeah.
like before you went into like the experimenting era.
Yes. I would like to
Oh.
say that I was cautious about it.
How are you
Okay.
now?
I think I'm the same way. I don't have multiple sexual partners.
But in the sense of like, do you think about that when you're like about
Oh
to
yeah. Unless
about
I'm
to bed a stranger?
unless I am extremely intoxicated, then of course that's not
Right.
on the back of my
Right.
mind.
If you
But,
scenario.
But yeah, I would say it's on my mind just because I work
Like, you're
in the
cautious about that.
healthcare. Yeah, so
Period.
I'm like
Oh, that's true.
So
You
I
have that whole background.
think
like,
about
just,
that.
yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
Love that.
Good.
Sadie?
So, I think I said mine already.
Do
no?
you- oh, yeah,
I'm always-
you're cautious
I'm always
about
very,
it.
very
Yeah.
extra cautious.
Which honestly, I very envious. Like I am proud that you can hold on to that. But for me, I'm like, my body is open. Come and get it.
You sound like Jan from The Office.
I know
Doesn't
she
sound like
does
Jan?
sound like Jan. But then more of this little quick topic is just please be careful, be safe, because you do
Yes.
not want to regret anything.
Practice
and
Safe
sex.
sex.
sex,
Your
yes.
body is your temple.
And there's people like you that thankfully you have been okay up till now. Like
Yes.
experimenting when you have experiments, you know.
Well, I mean, like, if you're gonna open the temple, just make sure you get your testing done. That's all I'm saying. Just make
Definitely.
sure you wrap it up
be
and make
responsible
sure you
about
get your
it
testing
afterwards.
done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so adding on to that, kind of like on while we're talking about relationships in general.
Yeah.
How long after a breakup should you start dating again or moving on into like
Sexually or just like moving on
either
general?
or, in general. I would say in
Whoa,
general.
baby.
It can be sexual or it can
In
be
general.
like maybe
Let's just say in general.
Yes, in general.
Okay. Well, for me,
Like your personal, your personal. take.
yeah. What do we always say? For me,
For me personally.
me personally?
For me personally, I think that we are very judgmental people, so we always
People
have
in general, yes.
we always have an opinion of what other people's timeline looks like. But for me personally, I think for me it's just as long as you feel comfortable, like as long as you think, even if you're using it as a way of healing to move on, like a month like after or like a week after, I think it's just up to that person. I think whatever the timeline that fits that person.
So that's your personal.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because I think that you can judge from outside all you want, but as long as that person feels like they're ready, they think they're ready,
Yes.
by all
Because you're
means,
not them.
by all
Amen.
means, you know.
I agree.
Okay, while we're there,
Yeah.
how about you from like 5 years ago? Was that what you would have said as well?
Yeah, because I personally, my personality, I couldn't move on that quickly.
Right.
I was very like hurt. I think it's also the extent of what that relationship, how much it meant to you,
Right.
how much it took out of you. And so for me personally, with my big relationships, I couldn't really move on after a while. It took me a long time actually
To move on. Okay, for your personal experience.
I would say like a year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, Val.
And of course, just share what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Just adding on to what
Generalize.
Sutana said, that like I think every person is different and their way of moving on or feeling ready to move on is different, because like I can say like, oh yes, I feel like I'm ready to move on and talk to other people. And then some people might be like, bitch, it's only been 2 weeks, you know? And then at the same time, like, because me personally, I know that I'm not gonna be okay until like at least 2 years out.
Yeah,
like being so fucking for real right now, because like Sutana and Sadie knows me best. Like I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready to move on, and then you know, and then next thing you know, I'm fucking spiraling because I'm not okay yet. You know,
Yes.
and so like I think at the end of the day, you know yourself best. And if you can lie to yourself that you are ready to move on, then by all means move on, just to have something occupy your mind and whatnot. But like be truthful and faithful to yourself, because when you're home alone in bed at the end of the night, and like if you're not okay with it, you're not going to be okay with it.
Damn. You should write a story about that part.
It's like I'm speaking from personal experience.
So funny. No, but I love that. You should literally like, and I mean, that was very like, that was good. I really liked how you worded that. I really like how you worded that, because it sounded like you did like a whole lot of like self-reflecting, you know, and I mean, you're speaking from the heart, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for being vulnerable.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I always say that like I'm never gonna talk to a person that hasn't, that like since their last relationship, it has to be at least 2 years.
Oh, 2 years out.
You know, and I say that, but then like I don't even hold myself to that standard. You know.
Hey,
hypocritical but self-aware.
Self-aware. It doesn't matter as long as you're self-aware.
Period.
Actually.
Okay, I respect that. I really, really love the new. Oh, wow, she's aware. Let's keep it up. Stop it.
That's so funny.
No, but okay, yeah, I really respect all of that. What you just said about it, like, I don't know, but just now when I was listening to it and staring out the window, listening to your voice saying that, I'm just picturing you in my head, like going through, like me, you laying in bed and you're thinking about, you're like, man, like I'm really not that happy. I can just picture you. I feel like
literally me.
So I love that. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. What is it again?
For you, your relationship, how long?
How long is it? Okay, yes. So I'm kind of the same as Tatiana. My biggest relationship in the past, when I was like in my teens, preteen to like my early adulthood, I think it was about a year, close to a year, and then I moved on. However, personally, I don't think I was ready. I think I was kind of like easing into a new relationship because it was there and it was available, and I was like, I guess still vulnerable is the word. I was still vulnerable, right? So I feel like I kind of like ease on into it, and when in the back of my mind I knew I wasn't completely ready or completely like I guess open or open to, you know, something yet. So that's why, and I said this in a past episode before, but that's why in the beginning of my relationship with Brian, we kind of had like a little ups and downs because of, you know, then I started reflecting like, wait, am I even ready for this commitment yet? You know? So, but then like, I mean, it's the fact that, you know, my partner, he was very, very understanding of that. He was patient, and, you know, till this day, I'm like, man, I'm so glad he gave me that time to think. And even though as shitty as it sounded and how it was from his point of view, he understood, you know? So, and till this day, I'm always like so thankful for him for that, to understand that. But I think in a good time to wait for me personally would be at least a year to 2 as well. Who said that?
Me.
Oh, you said at least a year to 2.
I agree.
So that way you have enough time to
reflect
and just let it all go, let it all flush. There was a meme.
I would say reflect and grieve.
Because
you're grieving like the old you and the that relationship. You know,
and
Okay. No, there was a little saying something about, I read it online like a while ago. I don't know how accurate it is, but it made sense about however long, I don't think it's true, but however long your relationship was, it's going to take you that long to also get over it or something like that, you know? But then I mean, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe not, because
look at me and the baby daddy.
Oh, and she's all good now. Yeah,
no shame
so like
to him.
so
but
that's an example.
That
exactly.
is a good. That is a very good example.
Because like 10 years to like what it took you like maybe 2 years, 2 full years, not even 2, maybe 1. But then you know why though? Maybe it's because while on the end during the ending of your relationship,
I was
you were
ready
already,
over it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
That's
that's
true.
why. So
Well,
if you were able to do the math.
I just wanted to put in like, because there's a Drake song that says, you know, the way you walk,
That's me.
The
It's called
way
Shot For You.
talk, that's me. And
the
then,
way you got your hair up.
yeah, like that just reminds me of like everything you do is you've catered it so specific to who you were during that relationship
Yes.
and how that partner was
Yes.
during the relationship. So it's like even when you are no longer in the relationship, you carry some of those traits when you
with you still,
Yes.
yes.
and then I think that makes you have to think, okay, am I going to continue doing these things this specific way, or do I unlearn it and continue to find out who I am?
Shed it, and
You know what? That is so true.
Ooh.
Because I feel like with every relationship
poet.
you go through, you
carry some-
carry something from that relationship.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you guys one of mine?
Let me tell you one of
oh
mine.
my gosh, yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
you go
sure.
first.
Go.
So one of mine is when I was talking to the Latin boy in my college days. You know, that was like when my certified hoe era, and he always told me, you know, like when you're driving, make sure you look through your rearview mirror and make sure that there's no police around so that you could speed. You know, and that's like what it's a weird thing.
speed?
No, well, it's a weird thing, but that's one of those things.
I get it. I
So
get it.
does that stick? Is it still with you to today?
Like that's what she thinks about when she looks at the rearview mirror.
Yes,
Like,
it's like one of it's just like something
I get
that
it.
it's weird, but it's
I
like
get
a
it.
thing
So
that
really-
just when you think
yeah.
of it, it's like, oh yeah, like he told me to. It's like just.
and it's not saying you're reminiscing him or you're
No,
thinking
it's
about
just
him.
like-
It's just like
Right.
that
The
makes you
action
think
or
of
whatever
it.
it was.
What you know what it is? Core memory. It's like a
Yeah.
core memory
Yeah.
of
Yes.
the when you think of this, you think of that.
Yes.
So it's like you tie it all together.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the things.
Yes.
happens.
It's
yeah.
weird, but it's
I
it's a
totally
thing.
get it. Do you have any like that?
Yeah. Well,
It's
I mean,
weird, but it's a thing.
I want to say.
I would say for me with the baby daddy, I would say is volleyball.
Okay.
Because like
Did you guys play volleyball together?
Yeah,
I wasn't really into volleyball like that.
okay.
But then whenever we got married, like that's all he did. So then I started doing that competitively.
Oh,
and I'm realizing now, like within the more recent years, that I don't like playing it competitively.
Yeah,
like I
just
like
for-
doing it just for fun, like
Yeah.
at
pleasure.
park ball,
Yeah.
like competitively. I'm like it makes me hate it, honestly. And I like playing it like for fun because it's good exercise and good cardio. But then like. So like that's like what I think about volleyball. I'm like, then I think about all those times he yelled at me when I'm playing volleyball. Trigger warning. And I'm like, now it's not me that he's yelling at, so I'm fine. Like I'm happy with that.
I love that. She's like, it ain't me no
And
more.
no, I know, and everybody says that too, which is kind of
Dead. It is sad, but at least we
and
can laugh
then
about
I
it
would
now.
say another thing is like not from him, but like from a different partner. I would say is like watching The Office.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
really?
because I like that
Just because
connection.
me and this person like bonded over this show.
Yeah.
And like The Office,
okay.
you guys know, is such a big thing in my like I love The Office. Every time I'm down, I watch The Office episode because it's so funny.
I do too.
Yeah.
But then
I love The Office.
like if I really like get deep into my thoughts, and then it makes me like, oh, The Office makes me think about this person.
So you
Not
don't
as like a sad reminiscing.
It's like just
thing.
ties together.
Yeah, but it just makes me think about like, oh, that's what we first bonded over. So then I think about that. But then it's not like I'm reminiscing him because of The
right,
Office.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah. Sadie?
Yeah.
Mine is definitely just music and songs. Like, and that's a big one, right?
Yes.
That's a
Oh my
very
gosh.
big one. And I know we
Bro.
what?
That's why I'm saying shot for you, because that's one of the
Duh.
Dude, that's such a
Literally.
good song though.
But then, like, it literally speaks like word for word for you.
It
But then,
does.
I know we had a conversation about this in the past in a past episode too, about like the song. Like, remember when I talked about how it's like a memory thing? Like when you hear that song and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap,
think about-
I forgot
Yes,
about that. You
yes.
know. So for me, it's songs, and like Val said, I'm to this day now where even when I hear it, it doesn't really trigger me anymore now because I have moved on, right? I have healed from that. So when I hear the music now, I will like, try to think about new memories with it, like just on my own.
Yeah,
Or I'm just like, oh, okay, like turn it off. Like whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
so easy and simple now rather than like
Yes.
kind of like dwelling like, oh, thinking about this
Dwelling,
person.
yeah.
So it's definitely songs and music. And then one is I mean, this person, I don't even talk to this person anymore. It's just so stupid. But we were younger, right? So it was, don't cancel me for this. We were young and dumb. But then, hey, I do want to say that I have changed from that experience.
Okay, you're a different person now.
Oh gosh, do we know this or no?
I don't know.
I don't know what
It's
you're gonna
stupid.
say.
It's so little and stupid, but it's just so funny now that I'm thinking about it. Littering. Yes, it was so bad, bro. But I'm telling you, this person was a piece of crap because he will litter like out the window, like it's nothing. And then I would get onto him like, what the heck are you doing? Like that's just so bad.
Yeah.
And he would say stupid shit like, well, if we don't do that, then the people that are supposed to go pick it up, they're not gonna have a job. So mind you, of course, this is back then, and I of course didn't agree to it, right? But I'm not gonna lie, I have litter too, and like not here and there, not like excessively.
I mean, everybody has litter. Yeah,
exactly, not excessively. But then like that's something that every time I'm about to litter now, I think about it, but not necessarily of him, but, but just the situation,
the thought of it,
and I will like hold back. I'm like, okay, no, that's not good. I have to save the environment, because me being a teacher, I have lessons over conserving energy and saving the environment. So now I have changed from that. I will never ever litter. I keep it in my car until I get somewhere and then throw it in the trash. So it's something that little and stupid.
That's telling you little things that will bring up a thought, or like Satana said, it's like a core memory, and it'll like connect from one thing to another thing to another thing, and it's
the speeding one. I mean, I've never heard of that before, but then I'm like, that's hilarious, but it's not as bad as mine. But then, like I said, it made me.
It's little dumb things like that.
It's little dumb things that kind of make you think about it. So it's like,
But can I also ask a question, because now we're on the topic of like relationships and like whatever. I saw a video the other day that said, isn't it weird how when you get in a relationship with someone, like they become your whole life, and then when you're no longer with them, it's like they just disappear, and it's like you have to pretend that none of that ever existed.
There's a song, in the grieving thing. That comes in the grieving.
There's a song there's a song that's like the lyrics says that like started off as friends and now lovers and strangers again.
Yes, I know what song you're talking about.
That song is so good.
No, is it from friends into lovers, lovers to friends and strangers again?
That song is so sad.
It's really sad.
It's a very
girl.
It's a girl. It's really good.
But that literally is kind of like Wong Fu's thing. It's like
the
friends,
strangers again,
lovers, and strangers again.
Everybody was in a chokehold over that video. Remember?
Because it literally speaks volumes.
I loved it.
That
is a part of life.
It is a part of life, and I think it depends on how you handle that, like the grieving part, the grieving part of it, because. Like Satana said, someone that used to be like literally your whole world revolved around, and then you don't talk to them anymore, and like all you have left is the memories and thoughts of that person.
Yes.
That's why I always say it's so important to cut a little time for yourself. Do not stick to someone, even if they're your husband of X many years, even if they're your whatever. Carve some time out just for you, because I'm telling you that you need that.
Yeah, because nobody's there forever with you but you,
and you cannot stick to someone like 24/8. I'm telling y'all.
Oh God, yeah. But then that's the thing, like you said, like whenever you stop this. when you have been with someone for so long, or either whether it's long or not, but you, like you said, you revolve your entire world around them, and then whenever that relationship is done and you try to move on, and if you don't give yourself, like you said, that enough wiggle room and space just to really process everything and let it go, and then and just jumping right into something else, that's when. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but that's like you're gonna have a lot of issues that's gonna pop up in your new relationship. And like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, I mean, I'm admitting to it. In the beginning, Brian and I was going through things, and I wasn't really sure if I even wanted to do this with him, which wasn't fair. It was not fair for him. It's not fair to him at all. And I can admit to that, and I can stand up to that to this day, right? But then, I mean, that's why he gave me a little bit of space, and then until I was like fully, okay, let's go ahead and dive into this again. I think I'm ready now. Until this day, it's still a work in progress, I mean, but absolutely now 100% today. Love you, my man.
Don't move on unless you're ready.
Unless you're, you know what I'm saying?
That's when it comes back to the beginning of the cycle of sexual intercourse.
Exactly.
It's a whole circle.
Literally.
Everything
Life's
connects. Everything connects.
It's a circle. It's a life circle.
It's a circle of life and a life of circle.
Of course.
Okay, so speaking of, whenever you're moving on, a relationship thing, sexual, whatever, blah, blah, blah. How about closure? How do you feel? No, okay, let me tell you.
Happy birthday.
Let me tell you why. She said, but then let me tell you why I added this on there. You know how Love is Blind? It's so stupid because I've been, on like.
I only see it through TikTok.
Oh, it's
I don't actually watch the shows.
It's so dramatic and dumb, but I love it. Okay, so I was looking on the comments and somebody was talking about, I don't remember which couple it was, but they mentioned, and I literally put it right here. It says, needing closure from someone else is a myth. Forgiveness starts within yourself. Ooh. And I was like, damn. I was like, this is making me think. So I was like, we gotta talk about this. How do you feel about closure What are your experiences with closure? What do you think about closure? Blah, blah, blah. Go.
I think I personally need closure. If I don't have closure, then I really feel like I'm incomplete. I don't know what to do with myself. Like it's not done yet. I need to know why.
So you feel like you need the closure from
I need it. I need it. But obviously, most times you're not going to get it. But for me personally, I just need something. Why was I not good enough?
Heavy on
Right there.
on the most times you're not gonna get it.
Yeah. Okay. Peel's outside.
Okay, I think. Well, you guys both know how I am about closure.
Yeah,
I need the closure. No doubt about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But like Satiana said, heavy on the you might not ever get it, and that's okay.
So you feel like you really need it too?
I feel like I mean, I always need like what my going away closure trips.
Dude, the trips.
I don't know why. You know why? Because shit is already planned out, and then it turns out like it didn't work out, and which is fine. But then like it's already planned out to go on a trip, and I'm just like, okay, it'll be our last like going away thing, and like spending this good time with you will be good. And blah, blah, blah.
Okay,
See, but then you tie yourself to that.
I do,
Yeah.
because that's just me. I'm a lover girl.
And then again with like the weird
The
things
cycle.
that you attach
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
I'm a lover girl.
Yeah,
I will stay a lover girl till I die.
There was a
Don't know
lot
what
of
to
like
say.
other comments that I kept screenshotting because in the comments they were just talking about, they were making such valid points from both,
Like what?
right?
Okay.
Like for example, like you said, I feel like I need it
Yeah.
in order to like you said. Well, why though? Tell me
Yeah.
why. But
Was
then
I not good enough?
That's why. That's whenever it comes. That's why that
gotta
part
you
where
said-
she said. Forgiveness starts within yourself.
Yeah, I
So-
can forgive myself, but I need to know why you.
But see,
then-
but that's like a whole like not deflection, but it's like that's like you think that, but then they're not probably even thinking.
They're not
about
That's
thinking
the
about
part.
you.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like you want to know so bad. Like, well, why was I not enough? Well, at the end of the day, you don't. It's not like you said.
It's
They might
nothing
not
they
even,
did.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing they did. It's nothing about how they feel. Like you're not the same. Like you, if you can just forgive yourself and think that you know what, I did my part. I did the best I could. I'm gonna forgive myself. If you're not gonna give me my closure, at least I can give myself closure and just walk
Yeah.
away from
Like,
it.
I did
right?
the best I could.
That's what
Yep.
I was saying about from the other comments. But then like for me personally, in the past, I felt like that too. Not necessarily a trip because I don't have that much money like you, but then I mean, I used to always did want a closure. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like I can't really move on the way because at the end of
Until
the
you
day,
give me that.
you're gonna be wondering, and it's gonna
Yep.
bug you, right? But then like a lot of these people in the comments, they made a very, very good valid point that, like I said, you know, sometimes they don't even care, and sometimes you're not gonna ever get it. So so might as well just learn to
Let it go.
and then move on. You know, which was the case for me. So
Me too. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard, but you just gotta.
it's hard. Closure, and not just in relationship, but just in anything, even friendship.
Even
Sometimes, you know what I'm
friendships,
saying? Like
yep.
sometimes now for
Sometimes it's
friendship, I think it's different. Friendship, I will probably want
To
and
know?
go after the closure. I will actually want to
Really?
know. I think so.
Really, for me,
think
I'm just
so.
like, I.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it depends on how strong the
relationship was.
friendship was. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
for me,
so.
I'm like, I don't give. You're blocked too, then. Ho.
I mean, yeah,
Bye.
if it's something like it's little, I'm like, okay, if you don't want to talk to me, all right, bye, like that. But then if it was something that's so strong and really personal to me, then I would really want to know why.
like for
what
example, it's like
happened?
we didn't talk anymore.
yeah.
You'd be like,
Like, did I do
Why?
something?
Did I do something wrong? Or like, and then
Yeah.
in the comments, they're saying that sometimes for closure because you want to ask them why. You want to know the why, so that way you can be better for your next one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Yes.
I think it was just a whole lot of like super valid points. And I'm like, man, we gotta talk about
That's
this.
right. Yeah.
So yes,
As always, we upload a new episode every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can follow us at 116th Hotline right here on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe,
And share.
rate the show so it pushes us
DM
out.
us more questions if you would
Yeah,
like.
I
or
feel like this is a
requests.
good topic because it was a
Yeah.
listener request,
It
and we
was.
love doing that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
send us some more. We're happy to give us our opinion. I mean, who even cares about our opinion? But we would love to tell you guys
Yeah,
our
and like it
opinions.
doesn't have to like it could be about anything. Like you know,
Literally.
I know we tend to talk about more like deep
Deeper
stuff. That's
stuff.
just because like we get into like this like what's it called tangent, and we just like
Yes.
go
we go
deep-
down a rabbit hole.
Yes, rabbit hole because we have ADD and ADHD. Like we literally cannot help it. So thank you guys so much for submitting your requests, and like Val said, you guys can DM us anytime.
Yes,
So.
spirit. And we'll see you guys in our next week.
Next week. Bye.
Bye.